Well, here we go. The 2025 Australian Sprintcar Championship is at Murray Bridge. It's my first time here at Murray Bridge, and wow, this is something completely different. Walking into the Speedway, you literally walk down into the Speedway like a coliseum. It is absolutely packed here, and they're all here for one reason: to be the Australian Sprintcar Champion. The Australian Sprintcar Championship always starts with qualifying. Each driver was seeded in 2 heats, which they will qualify for their starting positions. There is 2 rounds of heat, and the invert is 8. So if you're quick time, you then start heat race number 1 out of 8, and your second heat out of pole position. Grant Anderson was quick time in Flight 1, Jordan Charge Flight 2, Dane Kingshot Flight 3, Luke Dillon Flight 4, and your overall quick time was Marcus Dumpsey in Flight number 5. The first round of heats got underway. Western Australian Andrew Triolo took out heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 went to New South Walesman Mick Suller. Heat race 3 went to Sydney Sider Jordan Brazier. Heat race number 4 went to another Western Australian, James Inglis. Alrighty, so a lot has gone on night 1 of the Australian Sprintcar Championship. Heat, the whole track has been blitzing fast all night. I love it. It's like a little coliseum. You actually walk into the Speedway. It's pretty badass. The race is so fast for a little track. They've got the first round of heats, and then men's at the end of that heat there. Obviously, they took the fence out, they fixed it. They did a full track prep. Now, with that track prep, that took a lot of time, and they're running on a curfew here. So now we've got maybe 2 heats left, and then they were saying that they were going to can the A main and B main and just come back tomorrow. But now I think they're maybe going to run it. So I'll know in about maybe after this heat race we're going to run the P-Loom still. But I hope they do, because I want to see more races.
Says good job on line number 1.
So, Chad Eli did win heat race number 5 with the Dillon men's incident. They declared it with 1 lap to go. Heat race number 6 went to Grant Anderson. Heat race number 7 went to Lockie McHugh. Heat race number 8 went to Jock Goodyear. Heat race number 9 went to Ryan Newton. And heat race number 10 went to James McFadden. After the heat races, it was still unsure if we were doing a B and A main for night 1. The drivers had another meeting. While that was happening, they actually reworked the track. Some of the drivers were upset they did that. It was miscommunicated what was going on. After they had this meeting, no one can decide. So then they go, all right, we're just going racing. Get ready for the B main. They do a few laps in the B main, a few crashes. So then they declare it. The night was finished. We're moving on to night 2. Grant Anderson was highest point scorer of the night at that point. Alrighty, here we go. Night 2 of the Australian Sprint Car Championship. Hot laps are going out now. 5 heats. Straight up because of all the stuff last night, so it's a straight up format. Highest points are at the front. They get through this heat, and then we have, with that wing Matt Eagle from last night, but then we have the mains and everything. So it's a packed crowd here today. It's hot, and I mean 40 degrees. It's just starting to cool down now. Let's go. Let's see who gets the A1. The heats got underway night 2. All the top points guys were running smooth, either first and second in their heat, getting the job done. But then it come to Jock Goodyear. Jock Goodyear's heat, he was absolutely flying out in front leading. Andrew Priolo got upside down into the fence and Jock had absolutely nowhere to go. He tried to miss it. It clips the left front, damages the front end a little bit, but the left front was definitely down. Now you can restart with a left front and not get black flagged, but it's very hard to drive. Jock restarts in the lead where he was, falls back a bit and pulls in with a lap to go. It was deemed a DNF. So any classic or title, as soon as you drop a heat, it drops points so much. So that put him around 5th in the B main instead of being top 5 in the A main.
Right, so the B main's going out now, and I've just paid for the most expensive nachos in the fucking world. Let's see what they're like. Oh, they're unreal, but I just added chili.
As the B main got underway, the battle for the transfer spot was insane, but Michael Stewart come from deep. Just watch him transfer into this show. It was unreal. There was a top and a bottom. The track was awesome. Goodyear, Eagle, Stewart and Pride all transfer to the A main for the Australian Sprintcar Championship. Driver introductions are something for the title and the classic. We always do here in Australia. But again, this year we did them on the back of motorbikes. This is so 90s. I was like, this is gangster. Oh, and Chad Ealer had his own bike and he rode it. That was pretty badass. Grant Anderson and James McFadden were your front row starters.
J-Mac was out of there getting to some really tough lap cars. But the real battle there was Ryan Newton And Lockie McHugh and Grant Anderson absolutely going at it for second and entering Jordan Charge. So 25 laps now to go. J-Mac with the clean air should get away again, and then these minor places are good.
About 2 laps after that restart, Ryan Newton and Grant Anderson were racing for, I believe it was second or third at that point, and they got together and it was a really big wreck. Ando car was out of there. Ryan Newton could continue, but Ando was pretty banged up, and there was word he was okay, but he definitely did have to get medical treatment after, and I hope he's okay. J-Mac had done it. He has become a 3-time Australian Sprint Car champion, and his crew chief, Kim Buswell, a legend in Australian Speedway, finally got an Australian championship. What 2 months for Team Brady. Wow. What a year Lockie McHugh has had being the Australian Sprint Car champion. It was definitely a year to do the number proud, a lot of feature race wins, and I'm sure he will grab one or a few more Australian Sprint Car championships over the next decade.
All right, well, this is a bit deja vu.
Yeah.
I was doing the same thing. Walk and talk about, bro, 3 Australian Sprint Car titles. Now, what have you thought when you signed the pen and paper only a few months ago? You're going to win a classic with Team Brady and the Australian title all like that?
Oh,
That's pretty gnarly.
yeah,
Like,
it's gnarly, man. It's, that's what you sign up to do, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
My job is to win races. Buzz's job is to give me a car that is good enough to win races, and we both knew that we can do it, and Sheldon's given us equipment to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just getting it done. You have to have shit roll your way, and things go the right way in times, and have the speed to do it. So, yeah, at the start of the year, that's the aim of the game, but. To actually achieve that is pretty special. So, I won a classic and a World Series title, and I won
wanted that
Australian
3,
title
yeah.
and a World Series title, and then a classic and a title. So it's pretty special, man. It's something that, it's probably not for a few more years until you sit down and realize.
And actually, what we just did,
how cool it is. So
now with the race as it went on, I wanted to ask you about your fuel load. Obviously, you've done so many laps. Do you sort of know when your car's like, it's ready to go now, like with a 40-lap race? Or?
Yeah, honestly, I knew the tyres were grinding because of the abrasiveness of the track. Yeah. But, it's hard to know how hard to push too.
Yeah.
I think sprint car racing's completely changed over the years, and you just pound it now. You don't really have to be conservative on your tyres and things like that. But I kind of picked up speed when I pulled my wing up back a little bit and kind of saved my tyres to the centre and catch the fence, and it made me a lot quicker on exit. Once I did that, I knew my fuel load was right, and the way my car was handling was good. So.
All right, well, congratulations. The music's playing, and go have a few beers, mate.
Appreciate it, thank you.
All right, well, that's your Australian title done. James McFadden, Team Brady, get the job done. It's pretty crazy how short of a time they've been a team. And it's crazy, that's Buzzy's first Australian championship. You wouldn't think that after all the success him and James had earlier. Now a lot of teams are heading back to Perth. They've got like 5 races in a week there. One's 40,000 to win Barbagallo. Then you got Cricket Boys Shootout. Midweek one as well. But it just shows like Murray Bridge was great tonight, and it wasn't great the first night, but they turned it around and had a banging Australian title.